So you want to interview an A-lister. You've worked out who it is, when is the best time to approach them, which channel you're going to approach them by. But now begs the question, what are you actually going to say when you do make the approach? So if you didn't catch it last week, I actually did part 1 of how to get an interview with an A-lister, even if you don't meet the criteria. And I've got the link in the text above. If you missed it, feel free to go back and have a look at that. But today I'm going to talk about how to structure your pitch, or how to make the ask to actually get a yes to doing the interview. So I'm going to talk about it from the basis of the email that I sent to Mark Duffield Thomas, who is Denise Duffield Thomas's husband. It was Denise that I interviewed a couple of weeks ago. So I'm going to talk about each section of the email I sent and why I did that. So the very first thing when you're approaching an A-lister, or anyone for that matter, when you're first approaching them, you want to include a little bit of flattery. Now, it has to be really genuine. You don't want to make up stuff, talk about how wonderful they are when you've never actually looked at their work. A, that's pretty sad. And B, you'll get caught out really, really quickly. But if you have some sort of a connection, or you have done something to provide value, or you've gained great value from something the A-lister has done, then tell them about it in the first step of or the first sentence of your email. So, for example, I have been an affiliate for Denise for a number of years for her Money Bootcamp, and during that time, I've actually been able to generate sales for her. So knowing that the next launch, or the 2017 launch of Money Bootcamp, was coming up when I sent this pitch, I said in my very first sentence to Mark, "Hey, really excited to be an affiliate for the Money Bootcamp launch again." So puts it very quickly across that I'm a supporter and I help Denise generate income in her business as an affiliate. Now, you may not actually be an affiliate. The other ways you could do this could be talking about how you've met them at a conference and you really enjoyed their presentation. It could be that you've bought one of their programs. It could be that you've heard them interviewed on a podcast and was so inspired by what they had to share that you had to reach out. So there's lots of different ways of being subtle but flattering the person that you're approaching. So think about what connection and what, a flattering thing you can share and open the email with to get their attention. Because this is what it's all about. You are trying to get the attention of the A-lister so that they actually invest time and read the rest of your email. So the second thing that you need to include in your email is what you're asking for. So it's really important to be specific and clear on what you want. So in my case, I happen to know that Denise is really keen on Facebook Lives. She did, I think it was one every day for about the week before her launch, and then multiple in the 2 days before her launch on Facebook Live. That was the way she connected with her audience, and she's very partial to that. So I said that I was hoping to interview Denise during a Facebook Live because I knew it would appeal to her in terms of how the interview was conducted. But it was also very specific. I want to interview Denise for 10 to 15 minutes on a Facebook Live. Simple as that. Just exactly what my ask was. Now, the next thing you want to address in your email is why you feel that you and the A-lister or the other party are a good fit. Why should they, why is it of benefit to them, and why are you well aligned to them? So, for example, in the case of Denise, I talked about how Denise talks all about and helps people with their money mindset blocks, so clearing out those blocks that prevent them getting sales. My background is the alternative, the opposite of that. It's all about the business strategy and the marketing strategy and the getting visible and helping people overcome their visibility blocks and asking for the sale blocks So there was a really nice fit. Once they have their money mindset blocks worked out and they've got the business strategy and the visibility blocks cleared, they're going to be highly successful. So it aligned and fit really nicely together. Now, depending on whether you're responding to an opportunity that's been provided, so for example, Mark emailed the affiliates for the bootcamp and said, hey, Denise has some time available for some Facebook Lives or interviews. If anyone's interested, get in touch. If you're responding to that, what I'd encourage you to do next is actually just bullet point what you want to cover during the interview. Give the A-lister an idea of what you're going to ask them, because this reassures them that, yes, this is a safe interview and is in their interest to take part in, or you're not the right fit, or it's not the right time, and that's okay. If you aren't responding to an opportunity, if you're reaching out cold as such, I wouldn't actually put this section in there. Better to keep it really brief in the email and then build that discussion, expand that discussion when you get a response, if it's positive, and hopefully it will be. So the next thing, the second last thing that I want you to include in your email is your commitment to sharing or to assisting them to reach their goals. So for example, with the interview, I was taking up Denise's valuable time during her launch, which is a point in time where she really wants to get her message out there. And part of that is sharing that message with as many people as possible. So I spoke about how I was prepared to share it with my group, Profit Rocket Entrepreneurs, because there's 1,300 plus people in there. I would share it on my Facebook page and other social media channels. I also said that I was willing to invest in Facebook ads. So by doing that, I was showing my commitment to Denise and to her goals, which meant she was far more likely to take my request seriously and say yes. And the final sentence that you want to include in your email, sorry, itchy nose, is your call to action. So asking them to respond to you, whether it's a yes or a no. It might be a no, but hopefully it will be a yes. But it's really important to put that call to action to tell them what the next step is. So in my case, because ideally you want to assume that the answer will be the affirmative, it will be positive, it could be, your call to action could be, and for mine it was, let me know what would best suit Denise and I'll work around her timetable. So it's assuming a yes, which subconsciously suggests in the other person's mind, hey, yes, this is going ahead. But it's also showing that you respect their time and that you're willing to work around their needs. So you're not just focused on you. So all these things add up to getting a yes. So let's recap them. First sentence, some form of genuine flattery. Let them know how you're connected, how you've gained value from them, or how you can provide value to them. It might be an affiliate, might be that you've bought a program, you've loved a blog post, you've been tweeting out, sharing out their content for a while. Next thing, second sentence, the specific request. What is it that you are asking for? The third thing, and this is if you're responding to a shout out with an opportunity to pitch. If you are responding, give them an idea of what you would cover during the interview. Bullet points, a few points of what you would ask them about. If you're not responding to an email where they've said they've got some availability for interviews or something, a shout out on social media where they've said that, leave that section out. Focus on just getting to the yes to discuss it further first. Then show your commitment in the fourth sentence. Okay, I'm prepared to share this with my email list. I'm prepared to share this on social media. I'm willing to put some ad spend towards it. If you are, if you're not, that's okay. But share that with them. And then the fifth thing is your call to action. What step do you want them to take next? So look, I hope you found that really helpful. If you have any questions, if you're watching the replay, be sure to let me know. I always come back and check for them and will respond to your questions. If you know someone who would like, perhaps they're a podcaster and they would like to approach an A-lister, perhaps they're wanting to collaborate with someone else on a project and they're a bit nervous about approaching, not sure how to write the approach, anything like that, either tag them in the comments or share this broadcast with them. And I look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.